And hello again. My name is Fred Earls. I'm Director of Communication for New Foundations here in South Georgia, Bainbridge, Georgia to be exact. With me is Dr. Sharon Brown, our CEO and counselor, also with the nonprofit. And we are a nonprofit that helps people who need a hand up and not necessarily a hand out. And so, good morning, Dr. Sharon.
Good morning, Dr. Fred. How are you this morning?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good.
And I was just saying that we're here to help people, and
Yes.
that's our specialty. And so we have another interesting topic today that uh, I'm just going to let you say cognitive reconstructing.
Yes. Cognitive distortions followed by cognitive reconstructing.
I got it. Okay, you're going to teach me something today. Maybe I can teach you something back sometime. But okay, so you're a psychologist and you help people work through situations. Um, and so, what does this have to do with situations that people may need to have some help in working through?
Okay. So, a lot of times, what people bring into my office and talk to me about is things that they worry about, things that they tell themselves that may happen, and they worry about that. They become anxious about that. They the stressors of life come at them, and they just don't know how to handle all of that. So they worry about the outcome. What's going to happen if this? What's going to happen if that? This is going to happen if I do this. And we are always, I don't want to say we are always, but a lot of times people will tell themselves that this is going to happen if we do this. And we carry that. We have to have a plan. We have to know what the next step is going to be. um,
So hold
Another.
on. So hold on. So if we do one thing, another thing will happen.
Sure, which is true, but we don't always know what's going to happen. One thing that we were not given was the ability to see into the future.
Right.
So we may know that if out of past experience, if we stay in bed too late, we're going to be late for work.
Okay.
So we kind of know that. So we may worry about that stressor of, oh, I need to get up on time, and so I can get to work on time. Those are things that we kind of need in life. We need to have that motivation. We need to have that ability to have something to kind of motivate us. But to stay in bed and worry about, oh, I'm going to lose my job, and I'm going to, not lose my house, and I'm going to lose my kids, and I'm going to lose everything because I don't get out of bed on time. That's not beneficial, because
Okay.
you're still laying in bed and you're just worrying about what's going to happen if you don't get up. Um, Sometimes cognitive distortions can be seen as negative self-talk. These are the things that
Mm-hmm.
we're telling ourselves that about ourselves that are not true or accurate, irrational beliefs or irrational thoughts. So we want to work on changing those a little bit into becoming more positive or becoming more true. And
Now, I
so,
have another concrete example here I just thought about. I know from experience if I touch a hot stove, I will be burned.
yes, right,
Now that's
correct.
that's not negative self-talk. That's just
No,
being
that
honest with yourself.
that is fact.
Okay.
Yes. So we do have those. I guess if you will, when I talked about the irrational beliefs, those are the beliefs that we don't know that are true. We do have rational beliefs as well that may concern us, or that we tell ourselves that are true. Like I said, we can, if we stay in bed too late, we know that if we stay in bed, and we are most likely going to be late for work.
Okay.
know.
Okay.
But does that mean that we're going to lose our job, and that we're going to lose our house, and we're going to lose our kids, and we're going to lose everything and be
Okay.
homeless? You
Okay.
know,
So I have another example.
mhm,
I think I'm gonna lead you down the pathway here. If I
mhm.
go outside with no shoes on, I'm going to stub my toe.
Okay. So, what we do in those situations is, what is that based on? Is that based on fact, or is that based
And
on just something that you feel may happen?
it could be based on fact of something that the last time I went out, I stubbed my toe.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it will happen the next time.
Correct. So it's not based on fact. It's based on an emotion that it happened last time and that hurt, and you don't want it to happen again. But is it based on the fact that it will happen again?
Or it could happen again.
Or that it could happen again. So are you
Okay.
not going to go outside barefooted anymore?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how badly I hurt my foot the last time.
Yeah, but if you go to the beach, are you going to wear your shoes to the beach?
Okay, got it.
So you see, you don't want to always base something that's happened in the past as fact for the future.
Right.
So what is the evidence that thought is accurate?
A scar on my toe.
Okay, that happened, but not that it's going to happen.
This is true.
Okay, so how could you test that belief? How could you find out if that's going to be true again?
Well, I would be more careful the second time for sure, and maybe choose a different path.
Right.
Or watch someone else who went and did not hurt their foot or stub their toe and follow them.
Right. So if you went outside barefoot, what is the worst thing that could happen?
Well, I could step on a nail. I could step on a pine cone.
Ouch,
I step on a rock.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that before, and those really do hurt.
They do. But what would you do if you did that?
I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to get humorous because I'm going to grab my foot and hop around on the other foot, hollering, and hope I don't step on the rock again. I'm going to go sit down and make sure I didn't cut myself on the rock and, try to get some sympathy out of it. Can I just be honest with you? I'm going to try to get some sympathy.
Right.
Maybe my daughter will have a little sympathy for me. My wife is beyond that now. And, but move on. Okay. I stepped on the rock and I'm still okay.
There you go. And that is where we get to that cognitive reconstructing. We are looking at this worst case scenario. I have when I work with clients, I often will tell them, what's the worst case scenario? And that's what I ask them. And so they'll give me their worst case scenario. And I'm like, so if that happened, what's the result of that? How are you going to respond to that? And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get through it. I'm going to make it. Let's go back to the example of staying in bed late and getting to work late. Say that worst case scenario is that you lose your job. Or does that mean that you're not going to go get another job?
No, because I was looking for a job the last time I found a job.
There you go. So, and if you lose your job, and it results in you losing your house and your kids and everything else, we probably need to talk about a little bit more about what's going on behind some of that stuff.
This is very true.
But, you can get another job. One, you can work on getting up earlier and finding ways to make sure that you're up on time and to get to work on time so that you don't lose another job.
That's right.
You could, instead of losing your house, you could sell your house and get something more affordable.
That's right.
And again, if you lose your kids, then we probably
there's other issues in the background
going on. So it's not just because you overslept.
So and one thing we've not said is you may get a better job.
They get a better job. Yeah. So that's true. If somebody will fire you because you slept in, you were late, I say slept in, but overslept maybe, and you were late to your job one morning. If they fire you for that, then maybe you need to look for another job. Right. I don't want to say, let's just all sleep in and be late for work, right. But it does happen. We do have mistakes. We do things that are maybe not the best choices, but if it's you're doing this day after day after day, then we probably need to talk about some other things that's going on in your life. Okay. So these are some questions that we can ask ourselves, though. If we are having those negative self-talks, if we are having those distortions, if we are awfulizing everything in our life, we can't see a way out, to start asking ourselves factual questions. Is this true? Is this possible? Is this going to happen? And if it does, what's the result? How are you going to respond from that? For you, stubbing your toe or stepping on a rock, or, you're getting the sympathy, hopefully from your daughter. Maybe your wife might help you with the Band-Aid or something.
Right.
But there's also, you're going to survive. You're going to be okay. If it's bad enough, you may end up having to go to the doctor, if, get a shot if you stepped on a nail or something, or make sure that it's not infected or anything like that. But you're going to be okay.
And these things happen all the time,
They
every
do.
day.
They do.
I would think so. We have these instances happen that leave permanent, ingrained memories in
Yes.
our mind that we will always call up the last time I did this, or, when I did this time. And so therefore that doesn't have a direct correlation to the next time you do this, the same outcome will take place.
Yes, that is correct. So we have to look at what are the facts, what are the things that we are basing our thoughts on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yes, sir.
Once again, New Foundations is based in South Georgia. We're here to help you should you need a hand up in life, not necessarily a hand out. We are able to sit, counsel with you, talk with you. Dr. Sharon is not just the CEO, but she is an active part of our counseling team. And we have other counselors who are ready and able and very willing to sit and talk and help you work through situations in life that you just may not be able to get a hold on all by yourself. So until next time, Dr. Sharon, good to talk to you again.
Good to talk to you, Dr. Fred. Don't forget that you can contact us several ways. Our phone number is 229-412-3452. Our website is www.newfoundationsinc.com. We have an email at info@newfoundationsinc.com. And you can also find me on my own website, which is drsharonbrown.com. Contact us. We can help you in anything.
And those contacts and phone numbers are going to be in the description below.
There you go. There you go.
So next time, we'll see you next time, Dr. Sharon.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
And thank you for tuning in again. We'll see you next time as well. You have a great day now. Bye-bye.
Bye.